Joining us now, NBC News correspondent Stephen Romo and NBC News legal analyst Misty Marris. Misty, I'll start with you here. Walk us through what local authorities are saying. I understand they say there's significant evidence against Ashlee Buzzard.
Yeah, so talking about significant evidence, and interestingly, this case is charged as a premeditated murder. So we're talking about planning and preparation, which is what local authorities have said in a press conference, that they have significant evidence to show that Ashlee Buzzard engaged in this conduct, killed Melody Buzzard in a premeditated fashion. We also know that there are special circumstances to these first-degree murder charges: lying in wait and discharge of a firearm causing death. Lying in wait is generally going to mean the gunshot came from behind. Melody's remains were found at the beginning of December, and it took law enforcement some time to make connections of the evidence to link it back to Ashlee. And now we see she was in court today for arraignment, pleading not guilty to first-degree murder charges.
And to that end, Stephen, I want to bring you in. Walk us through this plea and what we heard out of court today.
Yeah, just such a tough case, seeing pictures of young Melody here and then hearing what is accused, what her mother is accused of. We did hear from Misty there, the arraignment just wrapped up with Ashlee pleading not guilty to first-degree murder. And our producer in the courtroom described the audience there, the people in the courtroom, as groaning or gasping whenever that plea was made of not guilty, in part because so many people in that community feel directly connected to this, because it started with a missing persons case back in October. Melody's school reported her missing because she had had excessive absences, and then police started this search and the community joined in, wanting to find this young girl. And sadly, she was found earlier this month in rural Utah, dead from what appears to be a shotgun wound to the head. The FBI working to help use DNA to confirm her identity. Just each step of the way, each new detail seems more horrifying than the last. And that would help explain the groans that were heard in the courtroom today.
And to the point of location, Stephen, right, you mentioned she was found in Utah. Misty, why exactly is this trial happening in California?
So this is actually very unusual. You're usually going to see murder charges brought in the state where the authorities believe the murder occurred, and authorities have said that they believe it happened sometime between traveling through the Colorado-Utah border, and ultimately the body was found in Utah. The charges are brought in California because what the authorities have said is that they have significant evidence of that premeditation, and all of that occurred in California, making that the proper jurisdiction for these charges. So this is going to be a unique case on that fact alone. And also, when you're talking about evidence that formulates premeditation, that all has happened in California and this multi-state search for evidence, this is going to be a little more complicated than it seems on its face.
All right, Misty Marris, Stephen Romo with that breaking news. Thanks so much.